I got my root beer. Kurt's actually in the house today too, so we may hear some of his opinions. They will be many and vast. I hope I made this to open to the public. I guess we'll know shortly enough. Probably not. Nobody's here. Did I make it open to the public? Did I do it on the right thing? Do you see it? Oh, there's one person here. Okay, we're there. Yes, we did do it right. I was worried for a second there, guys. All right, so today what we're going to talk about, and we are going to make an exception to the live video rule we instituted where we take lives and then we get rid of them. We're going to leave this one up because I think it is a conversation that is going to be a little bit important. But with that, this is going to work a little different than usual. What that means is, don't get mad at me, okay, guys? Because once we get rolling, I'm going to kind of probably ignore the comment section for just a little while I speak my piece so I can get it all out there, right? And then we will take some comments and some questions, and we'll go from there. Then we will switch over to Patreon. And on Patreon, the subject is also going to be coronavirus. It's going to be live. It'll be more of a conversation. The difference with the Patreon version is I'm going to tell you how I think if you're savvy in this business, that there may be some chances for it to benefit you. And that's going to sound really cold-hearted. I get it. Someone's going to say, how do you dare benefit from COVID-19? People are going to benefit from it. They are. I guarantee it. I promise you. And not just in the reptile hobby. In every industry out there, people will benefit from it in certain ways. It doesn't mean that I'm happy it's here. But I am going to explain to some of you how it may be beneficial if you do certain things. Now, on to the actual discussion. So, COVID-19 and the reptile hobby. How does it affect us? Well, first, it does affect us. I want to start by saying that. It was a fun vacation. Thank you for asking. And don't worry, the stuff on my face was some kind of allergic reaction or it popped up and I had a lance at myself, sent on 2 doctors and squeezed a bunch of nasty shit out. But I'm healing up good. It was kind of disgusting. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. So, coronavirus, COVID-19, the plague, whatever the hell we're going to call it, whatever name you want. He's playing the line there. It is going to affect the reptile hobby. We plan on talking about this when I got back before the effects started to be felt, but they're already being felt. And what I mean is, for those of you who are on your way to Tinley's been canceled. I know at least one other show's been canceled. I do think a lot of shows are going to get canceled. That is going to be pretty commonplace. It's going to happen because people said, hey, look, do not assemble at more than 250 people, and most reptile shows are going to have more than 250 people in them. That's why they're going to get canceled. The ones that don't get canceled, attendance is going to be down. It's going to be way down because certain people are going to be afraid to go out in public. And I get that. And I'm not telling you, this isn't one of those videos where I'm going to be like, oh, tell you how you should live your life. I'll tell you how I'm going to live mine. I'm not going to do anything different. I don't really give a shit. If I get sick, I'm going to cough, I'm going to sneeze, I'm going to get a fever, I'm going to get better. And if I die, I die. Whatever. There's other worlds than these. And I'm sure I'll find one and life will continue moving on. Or it won't. And if it doesn't, hell, I won't know that. I'm going to get to that, Luis. So, I'm not going to change a damn thing. Well, I got some stuff in there.
Like white stuff.
Toothpaste. I got up late. We were running live, Kurt. Jesus, man. So anyway, I'm not going to change what I do. I'm still going to travel when I want to travel. I'm still going to experience the things I want to experience. I'm not going to live in fear every day. I really, truly just do not give a shit. Now, I'm not over 70. And I don't have lung problems. So let's be honest there. Thought it was lipstick. No, it was tooth. I mean, we didn't unload the car last night. It was 4 a.m. And honest to God, my good little powerful toothbrush was in my bag and it hadn't been unpacked. I said, to hell with it. And I brushed my teeth at the back of the Jeep before I came over here with my camping equipment. I always keep there and just kind of did that. So it's kind of gross. Thank you, 49 Lakers. I really appreciate that. And that helps us a lot. So thank you so much. Now, back to coronavirus. So I'm not going to change what I do, but that doesn't mean it's not going to affect me in the reptile hobby. It absolutely is going to affect the reptile hobby. And with those shows closing, or with those shows, postponing, or with those shows attendance being down, it is going to cause some price fluctuation. If people who are used to selling at shows aren't selling as easy, that's going to push them to more online. So you're going to see a lot of things online, I think, that are going to be for sale. You may see some price depression. At some points, if people get afraid they're not going to be able to sell their animals, I for one don't. I'm not concerned with that. I think it's one of those things. If you sit on it for a few months, it's going to go away. We'll be back to business as normal. Kind of like everything, This picture, the reason it was in there. This is my whole total of toilet paper hoarding. Like this is it. I don't give a shit. There's no reason to hoard toilet paper, but people are going to do that. But that tells you a lot about the human psyche. The other thing that is a concern to me is, in times like this, people also tend to cut back on things that aren't necessary. Why? They're buying 30,000 rolls of toilet paper because apparently this virus is going to make toilet paper not available for some reason. Personally, I can clean my ass with a garden hose. Worst case scenario, I'm good. But with that, they're putting their money into things like hoarding toilet paper, hoarding water, hoarding whatever it may be that their brain says I have to have a lot of. For me, it's ammunition. I'll let you guys think through that one on your own. Why? Come of the apocalypse, ammunition hoarding is probably more important than shit paper, because if I have ammunition and you have shit paper, I now have ammunition and shit paper. Just let that sink in, okay? Just throwing that out there. Not that I advocate that, but you've all watched The Walking Dead. I don't think anybody in The Walking Dead ever broke into a store and said, "Where's the toilet paper? Look what I found. I left the green beans, but by God, I got 2 rolls of shit tickets, and it's even Charmin." It just doesn't happen. So that's kind of perplexing. But the simple fact is, when their money is going to that, it's not going to buy snakes, right? So if their money's not going to buy snakes, then snakes are a luxury purchase. They're a luxury purchase. So they may not be putting their money into that, and I understand that. For us, it's going to affect our Patreon. People aren't going to be putting money into things like Patreon and subscription services when they're afraid that they may need that money for whatever, because of whatever they think that they're going to need or this virus is going to affect. There's also people who have a legit fear about their income. And as you see these things shut down, what you have to remember is, let's say, okay, I just got back from a little vacation. As you guys know, I filmed 2 places, some really cool shit. There's also this one part I filmed where there's a tortoise that's trying to hump a tortoise on the wrong end. If you follow my Instagram, you've seen it. If you don't follow my Instagram, why the hell won't you follow my Instagram? But the thing is, you have towns like that, airline industries too, that aren't going to be having as many people. You may start to see layoffs. And people who work in those industries, they're going to be aware of that. So they're going to start, and thank you for definitely putting your money into Patreon. I love it. I need it. It helps us keep this reptile house going. That's what I need it for. I don't need it for my own pocket, and I want to be frank. Patreon paid for exactly $0 on my vacation. It's never paid for a vacation in my life. That's not what it's for. It's to pay for reptiles. So if anybody's thinking, hey, you said they're dead, I want you to know you're not. Make a snake pit to put your enemies in. That's awesome. Anyway, sorry, I got off track. So they're worried about losing their job. And if you're worried about losing your job or losing your hours, what are you going to also do? You're going to hoard necessities and you're going to hoard cash to make it through that thin point. You're not going to spend money on, say, that new pair of shoes, that new snake, whatever it may be. But see, that filters on down, because if you ain't buying that new pair of shoes, guess what about the guy that works at the shoe store? Al Bundy now doesn't have a job. So those things also filter down. And that's where my biggest fear of the coronavirus is the long-term effects of the economy the longer it goes on. Now, I do agree most people will recover from it, but if you have a complete stoppage of most things for 2 months, and just look, I appreciate that, Chad. If you look at the NCAA tournament, not that my boys were going to be in it, so I really wasn't giving a big shit. I think it's funny because that means KU can't win it. Yeah! But think about the job losses there. There were people who were going to be working those concession stands. They were going to be parking the cars. They were going to be selling the merchandise. They were going to be doing all these things. It's all gone. Gone. So it is certainly going to affect the economy in that way, and that economy will affect us. And that is true, Luis. I am not above eating a rat if we end up with... Actually, Kurt and I have talked about that. We almost did a video on eating a rat, just in case the world... But we haven't done it yet. Maybe now's the time. Kurt, you want to eat a rat?
Not right now.
Not right now? Kurt says he's not going to do a rat cooking video. But I promise you this. If the whole apocalypse breaks out, we will do a how to cook your rat video, okay? If we get to that point where we can't buy beef or chicken or goat or anything else will start eating rats, and we'll keep breeding them, and then we'll sell them to other people and trade them. So see, we've got it figured out. We're ready to roll. Uh, we'll join Patreon for that, Joshua. So that is where I do see the coronavirus affecting the reptile hobby. And to say it's not going to affect us would be to put our heads in the sand. Okay? But I want to reiterate, somebody already commented kind of where I'm going with this, and that is that most people will recover. Most people will. So if you can just kind of weather the storm and say, okay, I know this is here, there's an end to that in sight, and I'm able to sit through and wait for that end, you're going to be okay. You know, we started doing these business videos. We did one really recently that I think right now should be ringing true in your ears more than ever, where we talked about we always keep a certain amount of money set back. So when we close our books, there's always this little nest egg of money sitting there to get us through if something were to happen. Well, guess what, guys? Something's happening. So the panic mode isn't going to set in because I know that worst case scenario, I can keep shit afloat for several months with zero income, and I don't plan on having zero income, but we could. We've built that there to be ready for that contingency. Uh, yeah, I got to some actual classes. So, I mean, I guess that's what I'm kind of saying is if you plan, you see why we say those things we say. It's not just talking out of our ass. It's actually some fairly decent planning. Not that we're the smartest people in the world. We're far from it. But that is kind of where it is. So it will get better. And I don't think coronavirus is going to come through the snake world and kill us. We may get a little bad press because for a while they were saying it started from some people in Wuhan, China, who I guess it's a really shitty place over there. Not all of China's shitty, but I guess there's some shitty areas there. I mean, you know, we've got San Francisco here. They've got Wuhan there. Okay, and somebody don't come from San Francisco and say San Francisco's really nice and rice-roni. There are literally homeless people shitting on the corner every day. And if there's homeless people shitting on the corner, it's no longer nice. I'd love to visit it, but please get the homeless people to stop shitting on the corner, and I'll come. Okay, really pretty area, but I don't want to see that. Like, I don't like when my dog shits. I don't want to watch some, you know, geeked out meth head crapping on the corner. Anyway, they think it started by, at least at one point, I think there's some other possibilities, from eating things such as raw snakes. So there's always a chance that there's going to be people screaming that, oh, you keep snakes, coronavirus. Just don't eat your snake raw. Cook it first, and you'll be fine. Preferably don't eat your ball pythons. If push comes to shove, we do have them to eat. I'd rather eat the rats because the rats breed faster. Now, that would be kind of my whole thought process, is just be ready to weather the storm. And the biggest threat to the ball python industry or the reptile industry as a whole is the financial crisis that comes along with all of this. And it is coming. You know, it is coming. It's going to hurt a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. You know, if I go riding a bike down the street, which I haven't done, no, they don't. But there is some thought that it was something with the eating of them, that there was something living in them. I don't know. And I agree, they are edibles as long as they're cooked. Everything should be cooked first. We're not fucking cavemen. Well, I guess sometimes we are. Anyway, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. You know, if I ride down the street on my bicycle and I fall off my bike and I hurt my leg and I scratch up my knee, and let's say I even break one of the bones in my leg, right? I can put a cast on. It sucks. It hurts. I'm going to hurt for a few months, but I'm going to get better. I'm going to move on. It's just going to be this little speed bump in the whole timeline. That's what coronavirus is going to be for the reptile hobby. Now, this is not to make light of people who die or anything like that. We're going to have some of that. It's going to suck. You know, nobody wants that. But at the end of the day, this is not the apocalypse it's being made out to be. I don't feel like, and I don't think it's an apocalypse for the reptile hobby. What I'm asking you to do as reptile hobbyists is, as you see these shows close, and as you see these things, and you see the few people who are going to just like, I got to get out of it because the sky is falling. Don't buy the toilet paper. Okay? Don't panic. Don't be that guy. When you panic and you start having this fear panic response to everything, your decision making goes to shit. It just does. It's a human thing. Like, there's a video of the one lady pushing the old lady to get one extra pack of toilet paper when she had a cart full. Lady, if you're shitting that much, you need to see a doctor. Okay? You don't need more toilet paper. you need a plug. Like, go buy a bottle of wine, take the cork, stop that because you got other problems. You know. So we're going to get through it, and that's what I'm asking from you as a hobbyist. Whenever you see that panic set in somewhere, right? Take a deep breath, think about it, and just chill. Ride through it. You get a little cough, you know, you get a cough. Truth be told, unless I think I'm dying, I'm not going to a hospital because I don't have some shit. That's where I go to catch it. That's why I fix my face myself, because why would I go somewhere full of disease to have them fix my face? Where every sick person, their goddamn brother goes, no thank you, I'll do it myself. Yeah. But anyway, before they close down FedEx, we're actually going to be doing some shipping on tomorrow. I don't see FedEx closing. You know, all the things you see closing, and it makes sense. I understand why they do it. I think it helps to cause the panic, but I also do get why it's happening. It's places where they're assembling large amounts of people, especially indoors, and then you're going to have it spread. So there's the idea of some social distancing, I believe is what we're calling it, where if you don't have large groups of people together, the idea of the disease spreading faster and farther is a lot less. And chances are, if we can just make it till like summertime, like late April, it's gonna be like most flu type seasons. As it gets warm, the shit's gonna die off. Now, I'm not a doctor, so if the doctors say nope, it's gonna last all the way through August, you should probably listen to him. Unless he's talking through politics, and don't believe anything anybody in the politics says. They're all out for themselves. Okay, none of them give a shit about any of us. Keep that in mind. But otherwise, you know, common sense. Don't panic. Kurt, anything you want to add to this?
I don't know. It's just that the school closing affects people too.
Oh yeah, all the schools here are closed, so that's going to affect people, and that's going to affect people economically because people are going to take off work, and you know, possibly not get paid. I mean, there's going to be it is school. How many rolls of toilet paper do you own right now? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Oh my God, Kurt, are you out of toilet paper?
I don't think so.
You can't buy toilet paper for another 3 days.
Okay, I got some rags I can use.
Got some rags. See, my shower head.
You can rewash them.
Yeah, my shower head comes off. If I can take it off, I can just hold it down here and give me a spray. It'll be like the European bidets, right? It's, woo, a little nice, a little more, clean myself right up. All right, guys, we are going to take some questions, some comments, some thoughts on what we just said. If you think I'm a raging asshole, feel free to say so. Probably won't care much. But I am here. 4.4 rolls. You can make it. Because I honestly do think all the toilet paper's gone right now. But you wait till the next shipment comes in and guess what's going to be there? Toilet paper. And the people who already stocked up on 30 rolls, if they chill the fuck out and have a drink, that's why I posted mine, then they will, you know, be able to not go buy it all. And the rest of us can wipe our butts too. Not with a leaf. Or a rag. Ew. The rag. If I do a rag, I'm going to the laundromat to wash that. I am not washing out my own laundry. It's covered in shit. That's gross. I could just poop in my dog's poop bags, you know, tie it up, throw it away. All right, guys, so let's hear it. What are your thoughts on the coronavirus? How do you see it affecting the reptile hobby? We're going to give it a few, if I don't get it, I'm going to hop off of here and slide over to Patreon and tell you there how I think it can be beneficial to you if you work it right. Yeah, I know. That's a little on the shady side, but it's there. We need to talk about it. Snake with toilet paper. Yep. There's a pie. Even my favorite pie with toilet paper. I figured that would get people to view it. Yeah, clickbait. Clickbait. A hold on shipping. Man, it could, but I don't see it because most of the time those places don't have that many people gathering. Although I've never worked in a large FedEx ship center, and the thing that could really fuck us in the reptile hobby on that, I guess, would be if they do a complete closure of airports, because you know that's all going to hit an airport and fly out of, I believe, Atlanta is one of the places. So a roll of tissue for a 2015 Tahoe, dude, that is winning at life. You know, right, Peter? Right? Like that's a human condition right there in a nutshell. So yes, I do think that would be the one area where I'd be concerned shipping is an airport shut down, and then. Oh man, then it's going to be hard. If there's no shipping and there's no expos, you're going to basically have people sitting on babies, and then those who can hold out will, and those that can't will disappear. And then you're going to have a flooded market when it opens back up. I mean, that would be what would happen. So, here in Europe, somebody said all expos are deleted. Yeah, well, Sicily, what's going on in there in Italy? But Italy's been hit a little harder than we have, but we're definitely growing our own coronavirus. We're catching up to you. Yeah, there is some of that. And I agree. Once everything calms down, the ship's going to right, and you're going to see it back to normal. I'm sure I missed your comment, but I know your sarcasm, Texas. I do. Right, on that. But the problem with the shipping is they could ship by ground. I mean, I could see a point where they go, okay, we're only going to do shipping by ground. Because you got one dude in a semi. You're not having a big gathering. Rather than having airports with a bunch of people. Although if they shut down airports, there's a good chance they would still allow shipping because it wouldn't be as many people. So I'm hoping it'll be okay. Closing liquor stores? Holy shit. That's sacrilege. Meth works in West Virginia. I'm going to leave that alone. Our tape is better. Edward, on that, it just depends what you're working. I like tape better than I do cable because you get a wider, more consistent heat as opposed to warm and cooling radiating out. If you're doing something that likes heat from overhead, a radiant heat panel's great. The lizard dudes that are all over the place in Florida sick. I don't know about the little lizard dudes. I'm not sure. You're talking about the people on the crocodile, and yeah, they have some other problems. And Kevin, to an extent, they kind of are, but I don't know. I mean, I'm not a disease guy. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just not. We did get our stockpile of whiskey. That was one of the best things about our trip to Tennessee is all the moonshine tasting, and I probably went a little overboard, but I am ready to tailgate next year. So help me God, if coronavirus cancels my football season, I'm going to lose my proverbial shit, though. There you go, Mel. That's how you do it. Yeah. Yeah, I think the reptile business will be okay. We're going to more suffer by proxy as an unneeded commodity in a hard economy. But that economy, and I think something hit it on the head. Within a few months, it's going to swing right back and be business as usual. I truly do believe that. Question for Kurt: how do you prevent or rid fleas that get in your rodent collection? What do you do, Kurt? We'll turn the camera to Kurt. What do you do, Kurt?
Basically, what I do, I get some type of, it's a spray that they use in like the animal industry at the co-op we have, and you mix it with water, and then that's what we use to spray down the bedding of the rats, and that helps prevent or get rid of like fleas or mites or stuff like that.
Now the mites are different than snake mites, correct?
Yeah, the rodent or mammal mites are different than like rodent mites.
Isn't there a type of use a little bit or would you mix in there too to help prevent that?
I mix a little bit of cedar shavings to help. It helps prevent. I don't think it kills, but it helps prevent mites from infesting.
And then again, I'm just kind of making sure I know what the hell I'm talking about because I'm not good on this. And then too, the cedar you only mix in a small percentage because too much can be harmful for the rats themselves, right?
Yeah, I mix the pine bedding with about a fourth, like 3/4 pine, 1/4 cedar bedding.
Okay, because too much cedar it becomes an irritant for the rat too.
Yeah, yep.
But there you're not bothering. Okay, cool. So yeah, I'll flip back now. I actually kind of knew some of that. I learned. Why would they close the wine and spirit stores? That's just perplexing to me. If there's anything people are going to need during this, is some good alcohol, right? Good alcohol. I know, yeah, good alcohol. In Pride of Texas, yeah, you're right on. You're spot on. Like, that's if I was sitting on $100,000 right now, I would be trying to like. I'm gonna get to that Sasquatch. I'd be trying to like pick the bottom to put that money in because I do think you're absolutely right. Some Sasquatch said to call you the Rat God. And all I heard was Eminem doing the whole Rat God song, but Rat God. We need to redo that for you.
I can't rap.
Sometimes I feel like a rat god. Oh man. Food stores no joke. And see, we started a little bit. Mom said, "Oh, maybe on the way home we should stop in every state we go through and pick up stuff." And I'm like, "Why? We got shit at home." And if I was gonna buy it, like if I really truly thought we were in for this kind of temporary, meltdown of society, I'd be buying things like ramen noodles anyway. You can eat them dry. They don't taste that good dry, but you can eat them. There's protein. They'll make a turn. You won't die. They never go bad. That's what I'd be buying. I wouldn't be buying meat that spoils when the power's out. I wouldn't be buying those things. I'd be buying frickin' ramen noodles. Lots and lots and lots of ramen. That's awesome. So the comment of the day, and then I'm probably going to hop off the Patreon, has to go to Cameron, who says, "I wish I had gotten my vasectomy before all this started. My favorite pastime is now dangerous." Oh, man. All right, guys. Well, unless somebody has something else we really need to hit on, we're going to then jump off of here, and we will, rice pasta and canned beans. There you go. Keep you alive. Slide out of here, continue our life just as normal, because it ain't gonna be that big of a deal. Okay, it's gonna come, it's gonna get over. We're gonna move on. Here's a little stat for you. Okay, we're making this huge thing out of this in the United States right now, and I get it. People are dying, and that's serious. Like I'm not making light of that. Like there are certain things I'm not even doing. Like I'm probably not gonna visit my mother-in-law because of her recent surgeries, breaking diabetes, putting her at higher risk. Well, I'm not going to visit my grandfather who's 90 years old for a little while because, God forbid, who knows who I came in contact with traveling. I'd be terrified to bring something to him at a high risk. So there are going to be a slight few changes, but 95% of what I do is going to be normal. The thing of it is, if you look at the numbers for, say, suicide in the United States or DUI, vehicular accidents, both what I would say is mostly preventable causes of death, those way outweigh coronavirus. Way outweigh. Way outweigh. But we just kind of accept that. We just accept that as a society. You're like, well, happens. Oh, there's DUI laws, and it happens. I've had some family killed by that kind of shit. It pisses me off. But now we're making the world is falling, the sky is falling, and go to Walmart and buy all the toilet paper you can because there's this disease that's nowhere near as deadly to us as humans as our own mental illnesses and suicide. Just going to throw that out there. If we were going to focus this much a resource, and I'm glad we're focusing resources on coronavirus, why aren't we on mental health? And why aren't we focusing more there? It is way more dangerous. Way more dangerous, I guess. So, I understand that, Anna. And that is where it is serious. So, if you're around somebody who is high risk, man, it is a serious thing. But again, most of us are going to just move on through life and be just fine, right? Yeah. All right, guys, let me hop off of here. Thank you all for watching. This is our coronavirus episode. And again, I did hoard. I will admit it before I go off of here. I did do a little bit of coronavirus panic hoarding. And if you want to see it, I did a self-shaming photograph on Instagram. I think there was, I want to say 9 jars of moonshine, maybe 8 in a bottle of whiskey. And I did already finish one, so there's that. So that was my hoarding, and I'm proud of it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.